It is a board as Congress power to legislate. However, it is also limited to inquiries that are in aid of the legislative function. Congress may not oppose for the sake of exportion, exportion, pure sheer, export sheer, exposure. It is uncontroversial that a proper subject of Congress investigative powers is the operations of federal government, but Congress' ability to compel the submissions of documents or testimonies from the president or his subordinaries is often discussed and sometimes controversial. Although not only litigate as a practical matter, the limitations of Congress' ability to investigate only for a purpose, a purpose, a proper purpose, in the aid of its legislative power, functions as a limit of Congress' ability to investigate the private affairs of individual citizens, matters that simply demand action by other branches of government without implicating an issue of public policy. Necessitating legislation. Necessitating legislation by Congress must be left to those branches due to the doctrine of separation of power. The courts are highly deferential to Congress exercising of its investigation power. However, Congress has the power to investigate that which it could regulate, and the courts have interpreted Congress regulation powers bordering since the Great Depression. Clause 2, qualifications of members. No person shall be representative who shall not have attended to the age of 25 years old and been 7 years a citizen of the United States, and who shall not, when elected, be an inhabitant of the state in which he shall be chosen. The Constitution provides 3 requirements for representation. A representative must be at least 25 years of age, must be an inhabitant of the state in which he or she is elected, and must have been a citizen of the United States for the previous 7 years. Anti-federalist refers to a movement that opposed the creations of a strong U.S. federal government, which later opposed in ratification in 1787. The previous Constitution, called the Article of Confederate, give states government more authority, led by Patrick Henry of Virginia. Anti-federalist worries worried amongst other things that the positions of the president, then a novelty might evolve into a monarchy. Thus, a constitution was ratified and supplanted the article of the Constitution, and the Federalist influence helped lead to the pass of the United States Bill of Rights. The Declaration of Rights. Virginia Declaration of Rights is a document drafted in 1776 to proclaim the inherent rights, inherited rights of men, including the rights of reform, of abolish inadequate government. Its influenced a number of later documents, including the United States Declaration of Independence. The Declaration of Independence is the statement adopted by the Second Constitutional Congress meeting at the Pennsylvania State House Independent Hall in Philadelphia on July 4, 1776, which announced that the 13 American colonies, then at the war with the Kingdom of Great Britain regulated themselves as 13 independent sovereign states, no longer under British rules. Those states would form a new nation, the United States of America. John Adams was a leader in pushing for independence, which was passed on July the 2nd with no opposing votes cast. A committee of 5 had already drafted the form declarations to be read when Congress voted on independence.